guys, so I just wanted to document that this is the last time these shelves are going to sit against this wall because we are removing the asbestos in these walls. Well, the professionals will be, and then provided they're not load bearing, we're going to remove the other side of them to totally open up our house. So these bookshelves are going to move into this room for now. Oh. And they're going to go along this wall. This is just a spare bedroom at the moment.
Go away a little bit.
Hey, give me a sec.
Yep. Now you take yours.
Welcome to the new setup. So I'm missing things down there, obviously. And up here I couldn't be buggered to rearrange my Harry Potters tonight. I'm tired, but this is what it's going to be. I don't know if I'm going to film from like this angle or whether I'm going to be like here, and I don't really like that. Probably from here. I would like to do this, but I kind of think that this shelf at the moment is very owned and boring and it needs more colour. So maybe later on when I've read more books with those surnames. But yeah, there's our little printer there. It's going to have some bomb-ass natural light. It's going to be awesome. But it is just one of our spare bedrooms. And that was one of Daniel's best men, his cousin Zane, helping before to move the stuff over. So, oh man. I think this is the start of my reading vlog. That's not, not very good. But I will check in with you guys later on. It's Friday night. Hi everybody. It is now Monday night / Tuesday morning because it's about 2 or just before 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not working tomorrow because it's a public holiday for Australia. Then I thought I would update you guys, and I don't think I actually did a proper intro in my earlier clip. I just kind of showed that we were moving parts of the houses around to get preparation for the renovation. So my name is Jo. I love to read. Welcome back to my fortnightly reading vlog. I'm still making my way through the evening and the morning by Ken Follett, but man, I have made so much progress tonight. Like, I don't know what it is. I got home from work wanting to read. So yesterday afternoon, it was Sunday, we played D&D for one of our friends' birthdays, which was fun, but there was a lot of us, so it took a while to get to my turn. Hence, I read in the meantime, which kind of pushed me along through some of the slower bits of the book. And then I came home from work this afternoon wanting to read, had a nap on the couch because most people didn't actually have to work today because it's like the day in between the weekend of the public holiday. Most people just took a long weekend, but I didn't. So I stayed up a bit later than I normally would, so I was pretty tired come this afternoon, and I laid down and have a nap, and I didn't even know that I was going to actually get back up because I originally remembered having a nap because I was like, well, if I have a nap then I'm going to get up and that's going to be the quickest to be able to start reading again as opposed to actually going to bed and having to wait until the morning. And it's been a really fun exercise that I don't want to do all the time because it's seriously going to mess up my sleep routine. But I have made a lot of headway. I'm this far now. This is the end of the book. I'm up to page 662 and there is 820 pages-ish in the book. So I've got about 150-ish or 160 to go, which is pretty exciting. I wanted to chuff through a lot tomorrow, or technically today, on this public holiday. I don't know if that's going to happen because I have a lot of washing to fold and tidy up. Do you guys want a full disclosure? Look at it. Look at it. So I want to work on that, and I can watch telly while I'm doing that, so that'll probably be most of my day. But I hope in between I can read. As for my enjoyment, I'm obviously not minding it at the very least because I'm reading it really quickly, and that's probably one of the best things about Follett's writing style is that it is really easy to breeze through. Like, I've probably read at least 100 of those giant book pages this evening and it doesn't feel like I have. I'm not dying to see what happens, though I am very curious, and sometimes it's too much to bear when, like, it's always scary with a Follett book when the main characters, the good ones, are doing something to stop the baddies, but you can still see so much of the book left and you're like, oh man, it's not gonna work. Like, there are small triumphs as they go, but it's still really terrifying because I'm like, I know it's not, somehow the bad guys are going to triumph in some way, and at the moment we're kind of at rock bottom, so I really want to see what happens. But it's a lot more, like, these books are political, but they tend, the one at least that I really enjoyed, it had like a really strong romantic thread throughout most of it, but this one, it's a lot smaller. Even though like the payoff at the moment has been really good because something's happened, it's still not super prevalent in the story. And so some of the time I was finding I was reading the political stuff and being a little bit like, you know, ho hum, hurry up, like I don't really care about this kind of stuff. I'm more interested in the characters and their relationships together than sort of the political power plays, but it's still entertaining, so I'm glad to be reading it. I will be glad to be done, but it's been a pretty interesting ride so far. I can never guess what's going to happen, which is always fantastic. Anyways, I'm going to go to bed now because I am tired and I don't want to sleep my day away, though I probably won't get up until lunchtime now. But this has been fun. This has been a good evening, and I will talk to you guys in my next clip. Bye. Hey guys, quick update. It's Wednesday the 27th. Yeah, duh. I've been looking at the date all day. It is exactly 2 months until our wedding. Our date is the 27th of March. Really quick update before I go to sleep because it is late, but I was actually in the swing of things when completing the questionnaire that our celebrant asked us to do about our relationship that forms like the basis of her ceremony. Daniel's already done his, which was actually a really pleasant surprise because I was thinking he's not like, he's pretty good at telling a story and like expressing himself, but he's not always like the most like reading and writing kind of person. That's kind of like an effort thing, and he's not as into it as I am. So I was kind of like, oh, I'm gonna have to like, you know, it'll be like pulling teeth getting him to fill it out, blah blah blah. But the little devil actually did it before I did, so now I'm the one that is taking forever to fill it out. I'm nearly done. My problem is I overwrote the information and I have way too many pages, so I'm trying to get down to just 2 or 1 will be good, but we'll see, because I'm really enjoying writing our relationship down in her questionnaires, and I've actually saved like a longer form copy because I want to keep some of the stuff that I've written. But anyways, none of that has to do anything with reading, but it's my life update and I got excited about the wedding, so still going with the evening and the morning, but I'm nearly done. Oh my gosh, where am I up to? Where's the there, right there, there's the end. 766, and there's 13 pages, I believe. So I'm really close, and if it was a smaller book, I probably would have marathoned it tonight, but as it is, I already read quite a few pages tonight, so it wasn't like I was starting the evening with the only 50 or so or 40 pages to go. I actually finished my reading with that, so hopefully I will get it done tomorrow, but if not, that's okay because it'll just be done by the end of the month. I'm slowly plodding along with my audiobook, the Ranger's Apprentice one. I think it's the Icebound Land. That's nearing its end. It's middle grade. I don't really have a lot to really say about it at this point, but I will be looking forward to it ending because I'm looking forward to picking up a non-fiction again on audio. I've enjoyed it while it lasts, but it kind of feels a bit too long so far on audio as we get to the end. Hey everyone, it's Sunday and I need to bloody well do an update because I feel like I have not been vlogging at all. Next week is payday, next Wednesday, which means I also I'll have done a vlog, but I feel like that's my trend where I seem to do like 1 in the first week and then a ton in like the last bit. Anyways, I have been very productive with my reading, or at least with getting things done. I finished the evening and the morning, which you can see the blue cover up there, and I've also finished the third Ranger's Apprentice that I was listening to on audio, which you can see there. I pretty well enjoyed all of them, except the Ranger's Apprentice was a middle grade, so it did drag a little bit at one certain part, but that was pretty quick and it's over now, so that's all good, and I'm going to continue with the series. To hear more of my in-depth thoughts on on them. I'm going to be posting my January wrap up very soon. It's probably going to be the thing that will come out on the weekend, so you should expect to see it in a couple more days on the next Sunday, but I'll give you an update of what I'm reading now. So my main book is A History of Magic, which is the book that was written after the curation of the History of Magic exhibition that was at one of the British museums. Now, I've decided with J.K. Rowling I was going to do a video about it, but then I'm like, it feels really clickbaity. I'm going to continue to partake in Harry Potter related stuff. I'm going to keep rereading Harry Potter. I probably will go to the Wizarding World at one stage. I will probably put more money in her pocket, I am sure of it, but I will no longer be supporting any other future works by her of any kind. I was planning on reading the Robert Galbraith series, but I am not going to now. It is just going to be Harry Potter, and I realize I've come to the realization with this, because it has taken me so long to think about what I'm going to do in this situation, that some people are going to agree with me, some people are going to disagree. You may, watching this, decide to unsubscribe. That's like you do you. You've got to be how you want to be. I don't agree of what she says. Trans rights are human rights as well. And I've also decided that when I do mention, if I mention Harry Potter in a video, then I will donate to some kind of transgender charity. So I will put text up here and maybe like a picture of my receipt or something like that. And hopefully I can kind of carbon neutral my platform, or the fact that I've talked about her or talked about her works. And if you don't know what that means, there's kind of like a thing, probably like in a lot of countries, but I know in Australia, where you can do like carbon neutral shipping, where if you're getting something shipped, then the company will actually like plant a tree or like do something that neutralizes the carbon that they've put out. So I hope that by donating I can neutralize what I've done by mentioning Harry Potter. I am up to page 126 and I am enjoying it. I don't know if I'm going to read it all in one go, because I've already had a bit of a break. I'm sure I've maybe talked about this in another reading vlog. The next book I picked up, I'm not actively reading it because I'm trying to get A History of Magic done, but I intend it to be my next book, and I took it with me to work because it was raining and I didn't want to sit on my phone again. I wanted to read. But that is The Good Luck Girls by Charlotte Nicole Davis. This is the one that really made me think, what books can I get teens to read? Like, is this a teen book? I'm not really sure, because it is about girls. I'm not quite sure about the world yet. I'm not really that far into it, and to be honest, people at work were talking around me and it was kind of hard to concentrate. But these girls are sold into some kind of slavery or born into it or something like that, and the main character is actually learning to be a sundown girl, which means that she's going to be a prostitute. So I can't remember what age group this book is for, but it's interesting so far. I'm used to the writing style and I'm hopefully going to enjoy it. Hey guys, lightning fast update, because it's like 11. It is Tuesday night, to set the scene, and I just need to do this update and then I've done editing this vlog and I'm ready to process it, and I would like it to be at least doing a third of the processing tonight to finish it up in the morning to have it out. I am wearing a tiara because I bought it online to try and see if it suited my wedding dress. It doesn't, because my wedding dress is more of like a vintage style and this is very new. It could have maybe suited it in a different colour instead of being gold like silver, but the wedding is too close and I have enough of a statement necklace that I don't need a tiara, but I thought I would wear it before attempting to sell it. I am still making my way through A History of Magic. I am now up to page 166 and the subject that I'm reading about is Defense Against the Dark Arts. I didn't really describe this very well in previous clips. Each of the chapters follows a different school subject and it talks about where us modern day humans have done our research in history about each subject. So in biology they talked about like what plants were medicinal, what plants people wrote about in old journals to say that they were magical, etc, etc. When they talk about potions they talk about things like alchemy and the search for the Philosopher's Stone and that kind of thing. I haven't got up to A Care of Magical Creatures yet, but I'm sure that'll go into unicorns and things like that. So it is technically a non-fiction because it's an examination of history and where magical elements and folklore have cropped up over history and what we have learnt, and then thus how that has helped shape the lore of the Harry Potter series. So I'm still really enjoying it. It's really fast paced for a non-fiction book, and especially one of this type, I suppose. It's got pretty cool pictures in it as well, which speeds it up. What creature is that? I'm not sure. It doesn't tell me, actually. It kind of makes me think, like, it's not a Grindylow, like a Nappa, or I don't know, someone tell me that knows more about the in-depth of Harry Potter. So I'm enjoying that, but I haven't really made much progress because I've been playing The Sims. Not as so much. I started it last night and I was a bit worried because I tend to, with games, if I really enjoy them, I deep dive, and that is all I want to do. So I don't often play them, not for that reason. Sometimes it can take a while to grasp onto it. So far, I'm not super in-depth with the games. I actually started editing tonight because I played it and I watched a whole movie this afternoon while playing it, and I just kind of was like thinking, so what am I like, what do I have to do? Thus I turned to editing, and I'm really glad because I'm having a fun time. The other book I'm still reading is The Good Luck Girls by Charlotte Nicole Davis. I really have not progressed at all with that. I'm up to chapter 2, which is page 28. I've read, I would guess, maybe 5 pages since my last update. Again, it's not like my main book. I'm getting to know more of the lore in the story, and it is a teen book. It is Torteen, which I'm not really as surprised because I've heard that Torteen is trying to be more diverse out of like all the publishers. They're the ones that are actually seeming to make visible effort. I'm curious to see how it goes, but it's interesting. Something that I've observed of myself and of society is that I was starting to read this book being like, I don't know if it's teen or adult, because can teenagers read about prostitution? And like, do we let them? Are we okay with it? Like, it's one of those weird things where as I'm getting older, I'm forgetting what it was like. And it's like, well, dude, like, you had your first, like, physical relationship when you were in your teens. I'm pretty sure I read a book called Sold that was a true account of a girl in England who was, like, a teen in the 90s, and her dad sold her to the Yemen as a slave wife to someone. So why did I think teens were not mature enough? I don't know. I mean, maybe slightly more young adult it should be. I'm not really sure, but it's just one of those weird things with aging where I'm kind of thinking more, you know, when I'm reading a bit more at the moment, thinking whenever I'm reading a book that I don't know is exclusively adult, going, you know, would I recommend this to a kid? But I'm like, I'm forgetting, I'm becoming old, and I'm kind of being like, no, you know, teens can't handle that, and it's like, you're stupid. So how do I not lose sight of that? Anyways, yeah. That's my update. That's all I've got to say. Hopefully next fortnight I'll have read a bit more, though as I'm saying that I've actually read quite a lot this fortnight and finished a lot of stuff. So that is pretty exciting. As for my audiobook, I tried a bit of a non-fiction and I'm just not feeling it. So I'm actually going back to one that I'm halfway through, which is World War Z, the zombie one, which I kind of got partway through and didn't really continue. So I have at least 5 hours or more of that to go. I've got the bulk of the book to go and I'm looking forward to it. Let's see if I can stick to it this time. Thanks everybody so much for watching me again. Don't forget to like if you've enjoyed this video, comment if I have inspired you to do so, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. I hope you all have a lovely week. Bye!